One of the places I think we need to do vastly more work is on the question of disability rights, because it's often the equality issue that receives the least amount of attention.
Disability will cross every single equity group.
People have invisible disabilities and they often aren't recognized or assisted in the workplace. So I think all Canadians have a responsibility to speak up and support those with mental health issues, but also be accepting of when someone self-identifies as having a disability, that you need to trust them, because not all disabilities are apparent. Canadians in general, I believe they struggle with. There's a lot of stigma around mental health and how that affects workers in the workplace.
What it does is it layers upon layers of harassment, discrimination, treatment that is so unacceptable at times that you wonder that people are still behaving in that way in this day and time. I'm not only a woman, I'm an aging woman in a workplace, and I am a differently abled or disabled worker. I had a work injury at work.
And being somebody that has an invisible disability and an episodic disability, it's disclosing that disability that's very stressful, and you're not sure who to trust and where to turn to. So myself, when I was applying for a job, I happened to have an attack of MS, and I wasn't sure who to disclose that to. I wanted contract as a teacher. I didn't know if I could trust the administration as a teacher.
Why I'm an activist is that my grandmother lost her hand in an industrial accident. She went on to, it was her right hand. She learned how to write with her left hand. She was a florist, she was a cook, she sewed. I have a daughter with special needs. She's blind and developmentally delayed, and having to be her advocate as well. And this was prior to me becoming differently abled.
Our system in terms of legislation as well as funding for families, kids, teenagers, adults with disabilities, were not getting the support that they needed.
What accessibility is and what people think it is, it's not the same thing. And I really think that as a differently abled or disabled worker, we're the people who should be looking at the checklist. And I really believe it's about education, which is why that's the area that I'm really an activist in, is education. Because I think that's the only way we can support our people, is by educating people.
It's all about building strength together as a movement and going forward.
Rise up and be the change, be the power.